Kakadosh, good evening. We're continuing now with the Mishnah Tet. Shimon ben Shatach Omer Haveh Marbeh Lachkor et Haedim. So you have to be chokead. You have to investigate the edim. Right? We did that yesterday, but just we did the Mishnah. We didn't actually say the stories. You should be careful with your words because maybe from them they're going to learn how to lie. So Shimon ben Shatach was Gdolei Chachmei Yisrael during the Bet HaMikdash HaShani. Okay, during the Bet HaMikdash HaShani. Hu v'chavero, his friends, Yehuda and Tamai, were the third group. So there was a machloket which one was the Avbetin and which one was the Nasi. In Yerushalmi, it's brought down that 300 Nizirim, there were 300 Nizirim, right? She'alu Yerushalayim, they went up to Yerushalayim. Uva'u lifnei Rabban Shimon ben Shetach. Nazir is a Nazirite, yeah? That they went up to Yerushalayim in front of Shimon ben Shetach, that he should do a heter on their heter, to permit their nezirut, to annulate. Yeah. They didn't want to bring the korbanot, right? They didn't have the money to bring it. What did Shimon ben Shatach do? He brought them in, echad. One by one, he brought them in. 150 of them, he found different reasons how to open up and to release them. To say, you don't have to bring a korbanot. You don't have to do anything. Don't worry about it. So now, if he uproots it completely, they don't have to bring the korban. Yeah? But for the other 150, he didn't find it. He didn't find any entrance. They had to do it. Okay. So he went to Yanai Melech. He said, there's 900 korbanot. But they don't have the money. You give half from yourself, I give half from me. What was the half from me? I already annulled it, so you don't have to bring it. But you have to give half from you. Yeah? So Shalach lo Yanai Melech, 450 korbanot. They gave him the money for 450 korbanot. Right, for the 150 Nizirim, vikrivum. Now, what happened? Shimon ben Shatach, he was smart, no? You understood what happened? One more time. Shimon ben Shatach comes, 300 Nizirim. Every Nazir has to bring 3 korbanot. Yeah, 3 times 3, 900. Yeah, 900. Now, what happens? He comes, they didn't have money. He went and he spoke to 150. He tells them, you don't have to bring anything. He spoke to another 150. No, you guys have to bring. Okay, so how many korbanot? 450. Yeah, 900. 900 pour 300. Yeah, 450 pour 50 pour 50. Okay? Event? Metzia. As makara. Yeah, all of a sudden what happens is that he goes to the king and he tells the king, listen, they're obligated 900 korbanot, chetzi. I give half, you give half. The king says, it's a good deal. Here's half. He gives them 450. No, the 450. So now he paid for the people that to bring. The other 450, I paid for it. Why did I pay for it? Because I told them, but you don't have to bring them. So what happened? Halach echad v'ilshin lifnei hamelech. There was a snitch. You know what a snitch is? Yeah, Laman. They went to the king. He didn't give anything. Shamazo Yanai Melech heard the Kasalav Meod. He was very upset. When Shimon ben Shetach heard this, right, he ran away. He was afraid. He ran away. Afterwards, Bawa Nashim Chashuvim Malchut Peras. There were very important people that came from Persia. Yeah, to Yanai Melech, to visit him, Yerushalayim. So they started eating. Amru lo Adonenu Amelech, right? Our master king. I remember the last time when we came, there was a zaken echad, an elderly man, chacham, that he used to say things that were chokhmah, incredible. Where's he now? Where is he? Who is he referring to? Shimon ben Shatach. Hey, he ran away. What's he going to do? So he told them the whole story. Amru lo. They said, "Lo, retzonenu shetishlach shluchim le'avio ela." Bring him. Shalach acharav v'natanu avtacha. He promised him nothing bad will happen. And they brought him, and he sat between the king and the queen. Yeah, he was a mechitza between the king and the queen. Amar lo Yonai, says Yonai Melech, why did you make a fool out of me with the Nizirim? That you told me that I should give money and you didn't give anything. Amar lo, he said, lo italti decha. Right? What are you talking about? I didn't make a fool out of you. What are you talking about? You paid your portion. I paid my portion. Your portion was money. My portion was the chokhmah of the Torah that I permitted the other 150 Nazirim that they didn't have to bring it. What's the problem? Yeah? So he says, Vim ken, I gave the exact same amount as you did. You gave 450 korbanot. I gave 450 korbanot that they didn't have to bring. Right? Kishenemar, betzela chokhmah, betzela kesef. The kesef and the chokhmah, they're both in the same shade. Some people, they come and they give money towards learning the Torah. But the chokhmah, the wisdom of the Torah is in the same shade. So therefore, some people have to support the Torah and some people have to learn the Torah. One does not take away from the other. It's not that one is, I'm supporting it. Yeah, but I'm learning it. So what's the difference? It's the same thing. Amarlo, so he said, Velama barachta. So why did you run away then? So why did I run away? Shamati shadoni koes alai veratziti lamtin ad shiavor zamcha. I heard you were upset, and when you're upset, it's not going to be around. When people are upset, leave them alone. Leave them alone. I know someone that when he gets upset, he blows his top. But mamash blows his top. I wait. Wait. He could say whatever he wants. Wait. After a week, I could speak to him. But I already know when he's going to be upset, he'll curse, he'll this, he'll everything. But I already know. Wait a week, 2 weeks, everything starts again. It's just a nature. That's a nature. So he says, where's the pasuk? Wait a little bit until the za'am moves away. Kara alav Yonai Melech et pasuk vayitron da'at chokhmah tichye be'alea. He said that the Yanai, the king, comes and he says on him the pasuk that look how much the da'at chokhmah is going to revive the owners of the chokhmah. So he says, Avalo, he says, Velama yashavta ben hamelech v'malka. Right? So why did you sit between the king and the queen? Amalo, he said, mipnei shekach ne'emar b'sefer ben Sira. That's what the sefer ben Sira says. Salsela utromemeka uven nigidim toshivecha. Klomar al yedei limud haTorah zoche adam litromem ad kedei yeshiva ben sarim chashuvim. The Torah exalts a person so much, it brings up a person so much that he'll be able to sit in between very important people. Who's the very important people? The king and the queen. Amar Yanai hamelech l'misharetav tenu lo kos levarech. They said, give him a cup to drink. Lakach Rabbi Shimon ben Shatach et kos v'amar nevarech al hamazon she'achal Yanai v'chaverav. Yeah? So he comes and he says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he went and he said that beracha on the bread, on the food that Yanai and his friends ate. Why? He didn't eat anything. So Amalo, he said, what, again you're making a fool out of me? What are you doing? Yeah? That's not the nusach of the beracha, meaning the guy, he wasn't a smart guy, but he knew he wasn't on the food of Yanai Melech. Amalo, he says, what am I going to say? I didn't eat anything. Yeah? So it's fine. He's right. At the end of the day, what do you want from him? So, they told, give him to eat. And then he said the regular bikat hazimun. Okay. Yeah? Look at the chokhmah. Right? That he showed he had chokhmah and everything. Okay. So when he was, right, appointed as a nasi, they went one of the first things. Imagine, first job. What's the first job? There's witches. Yeah, 80 witches which are in a cave, right, in Ashkelon. Maasa, what did he do? He took 80 boys, yeah, which are very strong and very tall. Yeah, ולכל אחד ואחד כד גדול וטלית בתוכו. Every single one had a jug and a talit. ולקח אותם עמו למערה. And they went to the מערה. And they went to the cave. אותו היום היה גשום ביותר. He says it was very, very rainy. אמר רבי שמעון שתת, היזהרו בהן שהן 80. He said, be very careful. They're 80. We're not talking about one witch, 80 witches. Yeah? ומיד כשתיכנסו כל אחד מכם יגביה מכשפה אותה אחת מעל גבי הקרקע. Yeah, he says, what are you going to do? You run inside and you pick one up. Why? Mechashefim, witchcraft, they only have power if they're on the floor. If you pick them up off the floor, they have no power. So he tells the 80 guys, run in. The second you run in, each of you pick up one. Yeah, you don't pick up one. Yeah, ועל ידי כך, הן לא יוכלו לחשב אתכם. So don't worry, they're not going to do anything to you. הלך רבי שמעון בן שטח ונכנס אל הבערה, בו היו 80 מכשפות, ואת ה-80 האחרונים השיב בחוץ, שיחכו לו רום. So basically, he went in by himself. And they were all outside waiting for him. They were waiting for the queue. The second they get the queue, they have to run in. Yeah? What happened? כשראו אותו המכשפות, אמרו לו, מי אתה? All of a sudden, a guy just walks in. Who are you? אמר להם, מכשף אני. I'm a מכשף. ובאתי ללמד אתכם זוקי, I'm coming to teach you witchcraft. אמרו לו, מה אתה יכול לעשות? He said, what are you able to do? אמר להם, אם תרצו, if you want, אני יכול להביא לכם כעת 80 בחורים, כולם עטופים בטליתות יבשות, למרות שגשמים עזים יורדים כעת בחוץ. He says, if you want, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in 80 bachurim that they all have talitot. The talit is going to be dry, even though outside it's raining like crazy, cats and dogs. Amrulo, they told him, Havanire, let's see. יצא רבי שמעון בן שטח מחוץ למערה. He went out, ורימז לבחורים שבשום יד טליתות היבשות. He immediately they went and they put on the talitot yeveshot, that they already brought it inside of the jugs. The jugs were closed, so it was dry. וייכנסו למערה, נכנסו כולם כאחד למערה, אחז כל אחד מהם באחת המכשפות, והגביה אותם על גבי הקרקע, והוציאו אותם מהמערה. So they took them all out. They picked them up and all of them out. What happened? הביאו אותו לבית דין, ודנו את דינן, וגזרו עליהם דין מוות. They went, they judged one by one, each one was a death penalty, כמו שכתוב בתורה, מחשבה תחיה. ותלו את כולן ביום אחד. They hanged all of them in one day. 80 witches in one day. Yeah. What? They have to be in there. If they go on the floor, גמרנו. Yeah? נתקנו קרוביהן של מכשפו בדבר. The family members were upset. Of the witches. ובאו שניים מהם והעידו עדות שקר על בנו של רבי שמעון בן שטח, על עבירה שיש בו סקילה. So listen to what they did. They testified on his son. They testified on the son of Shimon ben Shatach that he did an עבירה, that it's חייב סקילה, ונגמר דינו לסקילה, כי היה גמר דין. כשהיה יוצא להיסקל, אמר, אם יש בי עוון זה, לא תהיה מיתתי על כפרה על כל עוונותיי, ואם אין בי עוון זה, מיתתי תכפרי עליי ועליכם, ותהיה הכל תלוי בצוואר העדים. So he went and he said, you know what? The boy didn't do anything. It was the son, Miskin, the son of Shimon ben Shatach. He didn't do anything. But he said, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if I didn't do anything, so then it should be hung on the edim. Yeah, Shamu ha'edim et divarav, vechazru behem. The edim heard, and they were afraid. Because the second that they heard that the son of Shimon ben Shatach is saying that it's going to be hung on them, they went and they said no. And they said, Shemechmad, because Rabbi Shimon ben Shatach, he killed the Mechashefot, they did it. So now what happened was, he said, Bikesh aviv lachziro, he wanted to take him back. Amar lo beno, he says, Abba, im bikashta shetavot teshua yadecha, ase iti ke'askupa nidreset. כי ההלכה אומרת, כיוון שהעדים הגידו את עדותם, שוב אינם יכולים לחזור ולהגיד. He said, and he went and he said to his father, but what can I do? He went and told his father, you can't save me. Why? The second that the witnesses, they testified, they can't retract. So once they went and they testified and it was Gemar Din, there's no turning back. So they had to go through with it. Yeah? He told his father, you can't save him. Yeah? Rabbi Shimon ben Shatach tiken kama takanot betor nasi Sanhedrin. So that's powerful. You understand what that means? Mamash powerful. So he says, Shimon ben Shatach, he went and he instituted, right, many different laws. One of them, the chashuvot biyoter, takanato shiyu tinokot holchim lebet sefer. That the children will go to school. Meaning until there, right, they wouldn't go to school, they would go to a rebbe. Now they will go to bet sefer. וכן ידועה תקנתו לכתוב אחריות נכסים כתובת האישה. Also אחריות נכסים on a ketubah. When a person gets married, they have to write a guarantee. Why a guarantee? Because if not, what's the ketubah worth? Imagine you're going to write a check and there's no guarantee on the check. You give a check, it bounces. What the hell? You need a guarantee. So there's a guarantee. So that's what he instituted. All the properties of the husbands are subjugated or leaned to the ketubah. Rabbi Shimon ben Shatach הורה שאין לדון דיני נפשות על פי אומדן הדעת, אלא על פי שני עדים שמעידים שראו את המעשה ביניהם ממש. So he said, you can't testify, דיני נפשות, with substantial evidence. You need to see it with your eyes. הוא מספר, אראה בנחמה אם לא ראיתי אחד שרץ אחריו ולחוברה ורציתי אחריו ורציתי. He comes and he says, imagine right now somebody runs. He's running after him with a knife. Right? They go inside a certain place, they come out, the knife is all bloody. He runs inside and the guy is dead and he's yeah? Amarti lo rasha, who killed you? It was either him or you, who killed him. But what can I do? The Torah says al pi shnai medim yamutu. Two witnesses. There's no two witnesses, nothing. אבל היודע מחשבות יפרע מאותו האיש שהרג את חברו. הקדוש ברוך הוא will take justice. Don't worry. הקדוש ברוך הוא will take care of him. לא זז משם עד שבא נחש והקישו ומת. Came a nachash, a serpent, bit him and he killed him on the spot. Yeah?
12 angry men.
12?
12 angry men.
Angry men.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But that's what's written. What does that mean? By the way, you should know, right? You should know, yeah? You should know that nowadays this is all the exact opposite. Meaning nowadays substantial evidence is everything. You go to a court of law, you're going to tell them, listen, the guy went in, yeah, with a knife. He came out with a knife, blood all over the knife. He didn't kill him. You're going to tell them? They can't do anything to him. You know what that is? Yeah, no, according to the Torah, witnesses. If there's what? What does that mean?
It's enough that if the lawyer of the defendant would put it out, either in one of the jury out of 13, one of them messes it out, no.
Okay. Only if there is death penalty.
Yeah,
Only for death.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. No, I'm talking, okay, fine. No, but I'm saying, but for a jail, they would still give it. You understand? They would still give all these things. You understand? Here, there's nothing. The guy gets nothing. That's because Hashem takes care of it. Hashem takes care of it. Rabbi Shimon ben Shatach קיים בשלמות את דברי התורה לדיין, ולא תגור מפני איש ואף למלך עצמו. He wasn't afraid of anybody, not even the king. Yeah, very important. People are afraid. Nobody. כפי שמסופר במסכת סנהדרין, just like he did in מסכת סנהדרין. עבדו של ינאי המלך הרג את הנפש. Right? An Avot of ינאי המלך, right? They killed. שלחו הסנהדרין לקרוא למלך שיבוא לדין לפניהם. So they went and they sent to Sanhedrin, to a king. בא וישב לו לפניהם. They went and they sat down. אמרו לו לרבי שמעון בן שטח. They told him לרבי שמעון בן שטח, ינאי מלך עמוד רגע. Get up and testify. ולא לפנינו אתה עומד, אלא לפני מי שאמר, you're not standing because of us, you're standing because of Hashem. אמר לו, לא שתאמר אתה עמוד, אלא כשיאמרו לחבריך שזה, no when you're going to tell me, when your friends tell me in the Sanhedrin. נפנה לימינו, כבשו כולם פניהם. They were afraid. They were afraid. Yeah? They were afraid. What happened? He turned to the face. They were afraid. אמר להם רבי שמעון בן שטח, בעלי מחשבות אתם? יבוא בעל מחשבות ויפרע מכם. It was the Bedin. They were afraid of the king. So Shimon ben Shatach said, you're afraid of the king? Kadosh Baruch Hu's here. What are you afraid of? So he said, what? Yavo bala machshavot. He's going to pay you back. What happened? Ba malach Gabriel, v'chavatam bakaka v'metu. All of them died. On the spot. Boom. Yeah, Bimot Shimon ben Shatach, we met during the days of Shimon ben Shatach, ובימי שלום ציון המלכה, היו גשמים יורדים בלילי שבת אשר נעשו חיטים ככליות ושעורים. There was so much rain and everything, it was beautiful. So it said, זברו חכמים והניחום לדורות הבאים ממנה להודיעם כמה look how much, בדור שהוא צדיק, everything are there, all the fruits, everything. There was a story with Shimon ben Shatach, שביקש מדוידה שילכו ויקנו לו חמור, על מנת שיוכל להשתמש בו לעברה מסעות ממקום למקום. So once it happened, Shimon ben Shatach went, and he bought a chamor. Yeah? So what happened? In order to use it, go one place, another place. ומצא חמור אחד של ישמעאלי. So he found a chamor of an Arab that they were selling. קנו אותו, they bought it, and they brought it to Shimon ben Shatach. When Shimon ben Shatach saw it, he realized that there was a beautiful stone. It was hidden, but he found it. אמרו לו תלמידיו, רבנו, ברכת השם איתה, שלא הקדוש ברוך הוא giving you a ברכה. Hashem אוהב אותך. Oh, he loves you. You bought a chamor, you get a chamor and a diamond. Yeah, not bad, no? Yeah, a person buys a car, the car comes with a diamond in it. Yeah? So what happened? He comes and he says, Amar lahem Rabbi Shimon, take it back, give it back to him. I only bought a chamor, I didn't buy a diamond. Yeah? And I don't want to be an Ashi Gadol. But I prefer to be mitkadesh Shem Shamayim. Yeah, Shem Shamayim. Yeah, one second. So הלכו תלמידיו והחזירו את האבן היקרה לישמעאלי, they give it back to ישמעאלי, והיה אותו ישמעאלי הולך וקורא וצועק בקול, ייסו קם and he says, ברוך השם אלוקי שמעון בן שטח. And there was a huge Kiddush Hashem. There's a Yerushalmi in Bab Metzia. Just to show you what a Kiddush Hashem it was, right, when he came, and this is what he returned it. You understand? There was once a story with one of my Rabbanim, I still remember until today. This was a Rebbe in grade 8. His name was Rabbi Yafeh. Yeah? Rabbi Yafeh came from the Levush, right? His name was Ramordechai Yafeh, okay? The Levush. So what happened is that he said that he once went to a store and he was going to buy, I don't remember if it was a comforter or it was something, and he started arguing with the Kupait. He was arguing with her. Yeah, what happened, right? She thought that the guy was trying to cheat her. And she didn't understand that she was only charging him for one instead of for two. So he was arguing, until finally, right, the manager, the lady called the manager. So the manager comes and she says, what's going on? What's all the noise? And he says, no, you don't understand. There's a mistake here. But sir, what's the mistake? She's only charging me for one. It's supposed to be for two. Thank you so much. And this and that. Because when you're coming, the majority of times it's like, what? You're trying, what? You want it for cheaper? He wanted to be double. Thank you so much for your honesty. He went and he told his children, how much extra was it? $11. He went and he said, we bought Olam Haba for $11. Look how happy you have to be. $11, you buy Olam Haba. Yeah? And sometimes it could be even much less. Why you made a Kiddush Hashem? What does it mean when you made a Kiddush Hashem? You went and you made a Kiddush Hashem. You sanctified the name of Hashem, that because of being trustworthy and Jewish, right? Our God does not permit us to do these things. So therefore, here it is. But you have to be very careful. Why? Because it once happened to another friend of mine that he did it, but he did it over the telephone. Now, if they don't see who you are, there's no Kiddush Hashem. So then from then on, he realized, that mistake. So then from then on, he said, by the way, I'm a religious Jew, and by being Jewish, I'm not allowed to do this and this. I have to. There was a mistake, take it back. There was a mistake. Yeah, there was a mistake. They come, it happened to me the other day, right? Something didn't arrive from Instacart. You complain, what happens? After 5 minutes, they give you a refund. Yeah, but after a little while, they came back. They realized it. They came back, they give it to you. No, you could keep your mouth shut. No, you have to say something. Keep your mouth shut. That's it. Okay, that just happened to me last week. So what happened? I sent them back. I said, I'm sorry, but I already got it back. So I said, it's already too late. Right? Because we gave you the refund. So it's already too late unless we make a new charge. So when I said, we'll make a new charge. Yeah, but they're not allowed to. They can't give you back. The second that they issue the refund, they can't take it back. So what happened? Is do it. There it is. Okay? Mishna Yod, Shemaya ve'Avtayon kiblu mehem. Shemaya and Avtayon received from them. Shemaya says, Ehov et hamelacha, love work. Usna et rabbanut. Yeah, try to run away. What does it mean, love work? He says, even if a person has parnasa, do work. Why? Shi'amum is the worst thing in the world. Shi'amum mevi alideh avera. Yeah? Fine, but you still have to work. You have to do something. That's what he's saying. That's also a melacha. No, that's something else. No, because learning is working. The learning is working. Yeah, but you have to love work. It says over here, Sna'at Rabbanut. Don't become in a position of power. Ve'al titvada larashut. And don't try to get known to the government officials. What does that mean? They shouldn't know you. Why? Because sometimes it happens that once they know you, sometimes they come and they put their eyes on you and then they finish you off. Yeah? So it says here like this. Shemaya, this is all Shemaya. So let's see what he said. Shemaya was the Nasiya Sanhedrin at the end of Bet HaMikdash Hasheni. Okay? His friend Ben Zugo was Avtalion, the Avvetin. Both of them were Talmidim of the Zuga Chachamim, Yehuda ben Tabai, V'Shimon ben Shetach. Okay? Umorei HaZuga Ba'achareim was, right, Hillel and Shammai. So Hillel and Shammai were after Shemaya Avtalion. So it's going in order. Okay? According to the Gemara Masechet Gitin, Nunzayin Mubet, Hem hayu gerim or bene gerim. Mi bene banam shel Sancheriv. That means Shemaya and Avtalion were converts. They came from Sancheriv. Yehuda ben Dartai shibeach otam kishnei gdolei ador. Ve'amar Shem chachamim dashnidu. He said, wow, they're gdolei ador. כששומר בית המדרש לא נתן להלל להיכנס, מפני שלא היה כסף לשלם מסה. When Hillel did not have money to pay to go into the Beit HaMikdash, to the Beit HaMidrash, what did he do? He went to the roof, yeah, the Beit HaMidrash, and he sat there. What was he hearing Torah? From Shemaya and Avtalion. Okay, the Gemara Masechet Pesachim says that Hillel hochiach b'nei Torah that they didn't do enough shimush by Shemaya and Avtalion. That means they didn't serve them enough. And he was telling them off. You guys should have learned more by them. Okay, Ma'aseh, there was a story with Kohen Gadol that once he came out of the Bet HaMikdash in Yom Kippur, after that he finished Seder Avdah in Yom Kippurim, and everyone went to greet them, right? They were, look, you know what it is, when the Kohen Gadol was coming out on Motzei Kippur, everyone was coming out with him. So, B'derech, Avru Shemaya v'Avtalion, Kevan Sheru Amet Shemaya v'Avtalion, Zvu et Kohen Gadol b'Achor. What happened is on the way, they saw Shemaya v'Avtalion. They took off. They left the Kohen Gadol, and they went with Shemaya v'Avtalion. Levasov pa'u Shemaya v'Avtalion, Yipareh min ha-Kohen Gadol. So then they went and they wanted to leave the Kohen Gadol. Amar lahem yavou bnei amamim leshalom. He went and he said, the bnei amamim, they should come in peace. Meaning he was putting them down. That you guys are like kilu, the gerim. Amru lo, they told him, yavou leshalom bnei amamim sheosim maaseh Aharon, ve'al yavou ben Aharon leshalom she'en oseh maaseh Aharon. They went and they said, very simple, it's true. The bnei amamim, these goyim, these gerim kilu, they are at the end, they're always doing maaseh of Aaron HaKohen. They are always doing maasim of shalom. But for the Bnei Aharon, which is a Kohen Gadol, he's the son of Aaron HaKohen, he shouldn't have peace because he's not doing the actions of Aaron. And what's he doing? Trying to pick a fight. Meaning the Kohen Gadol, he was upset because he saw that Shemaya v'Avtalion got all the attention. Right? At the beginning, he had all the attention. All of a sudden, comes the Shemaya v'Avtalion, the Talmidei Chachamim, and boom, they took off. Yeah, and then the Kohen Gadol was like by himself, so he got upset. So that's what happened. Masora biyadenu midorot Shemaya ve'Avtalion b'chayim u'motam lo nifredu ve'em kfurim begush Chalab. It says over here, it says betzad kvish Sasa Tzfat, 40 kilometers mitzafon letzomet Meron bekvish mispar 89. Okay, so Shemaya ve'Avtalion, they were always together, and even when they died, they were buried together. Yeah, so it says echad mitalmidei Ari HaKadosh. One of the Talmidim of the Rabbeinu Arizal HaKadosh siper, ki pam achat alach Rav lishatech tzionam. So he once went to the kever of Shemaya v'Avtalion. So he went to ask them a secret from the secrets of the Torah, because that's what he always used to do. Kol emat sheya tzarich ledaber im navi o tana echad, lechal kivro mishader. So he used to go and he used to be mishtateach bepishut yadayim v'raglayim, ubazeh ya mechaye et atzamot hayeveshot bekever. He used to actually revive the atzamot of the kever. Right? From the words of Shemaya in our Mishna, we learn that a person should love work. So Rav Vadim Bartanura explains, Shetov Adam b'melacha afilu b'ma sheyesh lo lipanes ve'lo yeshev batel. לפי שהבטלה מביאה לידי שעמום, ושאדם משתמם בא לידי עבירה, which means like this. Some people, right, you see them, they can't learn. Yeah, they don't know how to learn and they can't learn. They can't sit. Yeah, they have something in, they can't sit. So what happens, right? They have to go to work. The problem is they don't work. Yeah, why? They have parnasa. Says, go find work. Even if you have, why? Because being
You don't work, you don't have problems.
there's a lot of people that they have parnasa and they don't need to work.
From the parents.
Not only from the parents, even from themselves. How many people they come, they have money, they retire easy and that's it. Retire early retirement, or they come and they do all these things and they have employees and all that. They don't need to work. But he says you have to work. He says over here you still have to work. Why? Because if a person's bored, boredom brings averot. Boredom brings averot. Somebody that's bored becomes boredom. Yeah, it makes averot. Why? You have nothing else to do. So you come and you start doing one avera and another avera, another avera, another avera. Which one? Yeah, you always have to be working. Ne'eman b'Torah, it says in the pasuk, Yivarecha Hashem Elokecha. So he says, Yachol afilu ata yoshev batel tamom b'chol ma'aseh yadecha shetaseh. Im oseh adam mitbarech. If you work, you have beracha. If not, no. לכן נאמר במדרש תנחומא, שלא יאמר אדם אכול ואשתה ואראה בטוב ולא אטריח עצמי מן השמיים מנחם. A person shouldn't say, you know what? I'm going to eat and drink. מן השמיים, they bring me parnasa. No. מעשה ידיו. נכון. אבל אתה יודע, על זה ראיתי יהודי, משהו מהמם. ראיתי יהודי, הוא היה אני לא זוכר אם זה היה ממליה, אני חושב ממליה, שכל בן אדם שהוא היה רואה עם הידיים בכיסים, הוא היה מיד, תוציא את הידיים מהכיסים, ממש ככה. ואז למדתי, לפי מה שהבנתי, זה מחלוקת בין הגאון מווילנה, ורבי יונה, אם זכור לי, על הפסוק במשלי. There's a machloket in the pasuk in Mishle. The pasuk in Mishle says, it says over there that a person that he's lazy, he puts batsalta. Okay, I don't remember exactly the pasuk, but there's a pasuk in the Mishle, and the pasuk in the Mishle basically says, that the pasuk in Mishle comes and it says that, and leave the door open, please. The pasuk in Mishle says that a person is lazy, he has his hands in the pocket. So the machlok between them was, is it a siman or a siba? Is it a sign or is it a cause? Meaning, when people start putting their hands in their pocket, does it mean that it's going to cause them to become lazy? Or it doesn't cause them to become lazy. The fact that he has his hands in his pocket, I know he's lazy. Siman or siba? That was a machloket, but it's in the pasuk. Pasuk mefurash mishle. Pasuk mefurash mishle. Yeah. So says the pasuk. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar omer, af adam harishon lo ta'am klum ad she'asa melacha. Adam harishon didn't taste anything until he did melacha. Shneimar vayinicheu began eden lovdal shomra. And then afterwards it says mikol etzagan ochol tochel. Rabbi Tarfon omer, Rabbi Tarfon says, Ya kadosh baruch hu lo isha shchinato al yisrael ad she'asu melacha. They did nothing. They didn't have the shekhinah until they did melacha. As it says, ועשו לי מקדש ושכנתי בתוכם. רבי יהודה ממתירה אומר, מי שאין לו מלאכה לעשות מה יעשה? What's the person going to do if he doesn't have מלאכה? So יעזר חצר חרבה או שדה חרבה, you should go and try to take the field and start, working on the field. להביא מי שיש לו. רבי יוסי אומר, אין אדם מת אלא מתוך הבטלה. A person will only die through בטלה also. Which means that it's not just pashut. A person should not do all these things, right? The person should be very, very careful. Okay, fine. Nezat Hashem, we continue.